Hi designers, it's Kylie and I'm back with another Photoshop tip. Today I'm going to show you a little bit about distorting a bed into a straight-on view. I think oftentimes we get beds that have an angle like this. And when we're building out the room, a lot of times I see us trying to build the room at an angle to help work with the bed. But there are a couple of things you can do to get a straight-on view out of a bed so that we don't have to do that. So what I have here is a bed on an angle, and I am going to show you how to sort of transform it into a straight-on view. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a copy of it, and you can do that by holding down Option and dragging, and I'm going to hide it, again, just in case something happens as I'm working on the distortion. So here's my bed. I am going to start with the headboard portion. So what I'm going to, like in Shelby's other videos, I'm going to sort of work on one half of the bed and getting it straight and then duplicate it. So from here, I'll probably choose this right-hand side because you wouldn't see this left-hand kind of side of the bed in a straight-on view. So I'm going to grab my, I don't even know what this is called, rectangular marquee tool, and select the top portion of the bed. So I'm going to grab from the top sort of down to here so that you'll see some of the mattress. And I'm going to just copy it and paste it. Okay, I'm going to hide my bed portion. So here is the headboard. I'm going to make it a little bit larger so that we can kind of see some of the details. And I am going to split this in half. Okay, so there's my half of the bed, and I'm going to work on getting that straight. So again, I'm going to hide that. I'm going to pull down my guides so that I can make sure everything is getting nice and straight. I'll put one over here. Okay, so you can see the top of the headboard actually doesn't look too bad. It looks like it's fairly straight. I am going to take the distort tool, and I'm going to try to get this a little bit straighter. So pull it in a bit. Let's see if we can get it lined up. Let's be pulled in a little bit more. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm going to leave that there. And then I am going to copy that portion, transform, flip it horizontal, and see if we can't get it to line up. Okay, so that seems to line up pretty good. Let's take a look at the full headboard and see how it kind of seems to be lining up. Okay, it looks pretty good. It probably needs to be a little bit taller, so I'm going to just straighten that out a little bit. And then, obviously, we're not going to need all of this extra stuff over here. So I am going to merge these layers. Click over here on the right, merge layers. And I'm going to get rid of this over here. Okay, and one thing that I'm going to do is these pillows are sort of in the way. You might be able to find other pillows to sort of, cover them up, but I want to make sure that I have a nice palette before I start laying down pillows. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy a section of the headboard here and then just move it down. So let's copy this portion. So I just did Command C, Command V, copy, paste, and then I'm just going to move it down. Let's remove this so I can see what we're working with here. Okay, so because we copied it from the top spot, what I might do is actually flip this horizontally, or excuse me, vertically, so that it matches just a little bit better. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge these, merge that layer onto it. It's all one piece. And then I'm going to take the Band-Aid tool and just give it one of those right along the where that seam that you could sort of see was, and you'll see it blended it in, and it looks much nicer. You could take it down the sides too. I'm not sure if that's going to work though. No. Maybe right in there. That helps a little. Okay. And then I might actually go ahead and just delete this lower portion. So we have our headboard. Now I'm going to go back to the full photo, and I'm going to do the bottom part. So I'm going to select sort of a large chunk of the bottom, Command C, Command V. Okay, let's hide that bed and make this a little bit larger so we can see what we're working with here. And I am going to again work on sort of half of the space. So I will copy and paste that, hide that portion, just in case the foot gets a little bit distorted. I am going to copy and paste it so that I have a nice clean version, just in case it gets looking a little wonky after we distort it. So again, I'm going to grab the distort tool, and I'm going to work on the bottom here. Okay, get that sort of nice and straight. And then I'm going to copy it and flip it to the back so you can see this a little bit better. And so we've got our two sides here. So the feet look okay. They didn't get distorted too terribly, so I'm just going to delete this one. So here we have the bottom portion of the bed. Again, you can do a couple of things here. If you know that the bedding you're going to use is going to come down this far, you can probably just leave it and cover it up. Or you could take off the sides. Piece. Let's merge these two so that it's one piece. And then I might grab from the headboard just a solid rectangle, same color. And you could do something like this. Stretch it out a little bit if you want something that's going to be a little bit more substantial than just this piece shown here. So you could do this, put that there. I've selected the back layer, so I'm going to erase that white bedding. Take that away. Merge this to the legs. And you have your bottom layer. So your bed is all set. Watch the proportion of the front, the bottom piece and the top. You'll want the bottom piece to be a little bit larger because it is going to be closer in the view. And then you can drop your bedding in. So hopefully that was helpful in putting together a bed.